What's up, everybody? This is Brian.
And I'm Logan. And this is Tops. He's behind us.
Yeah, he's hanging on.
We didn't really have anywhere to put him other than like on his shoulders, and that didn't work.
Yeah,
so he's back there. But anyway, we're Crush Cards. Hi, happy Monday, team. How you doing? How you feeling?
So for today's video, we initially planned on continuing our top 10 series, whether it be links, exes, or synchros. However, Konami, at the time of recording this, just released this brand new card, and this is something that we really need to talk about. Because this card is scary. It is so oppressive. So yeah, let's just jump right in. But before we do, make sure you guys go down to the links in the description box down below.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel. See, Tops, you wouldn't want to disappoint us. We go pack a boy with you, so hit the button. Do it.
Make sure you guys also check out our Instagram. The link is in the description box down below, along with our Discord and our Patreon. Okay, so today we are talking about, let's just talk about the art right here.
Yeah.
So this is like he looks mad. Like, he doesn't look too happy.
I mean, I don't feel happy.
I feel like,
I honestly feel dead inside after I read this card.
I'm not really stoked about this card.
It's tough.
And I think this is like adding salt to the wound, because not only is this card really, really unfair, but this card got released, what, 3 days after the release of like Dragoon too? So like, what are you doing, Konami? Like, these are two completely unhealthy cards for the game. But that being said, this dude is mad, along with probably 95% of the people that read this card initially.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like an axe or a shield or some sort of like weapon. But
well, it's clearly a character on it. I don't know what it says. I don't know what it means. But if anyone knows, feel free to let us know in the comments. I don't know offhand.
Yeah.
But
this card is called Three Tactical Talents,
which requires no tactic or talent to use.
It's terrible.
Isn't that just the beautiful irony of this game?
So this card clearly comes out in Rise of the Duelist, which is an interesting set. Like, the more that we get releases for this set, I feel like the better the set's gonna be. Like, it's got some really weird, really like wonky releases.
You don't want some Gaia support? Come on, it's 2020. Gaia best.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the Jinzo support comes out in this, and I'm stoked for the Jinzo stuff. I love Jinzo. I think that deck is just
a classic
so fun.
set.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a classic set.
But this card is like, if I had to equate this to anything, it would be the next Lightning Storm.
So let's read the card, shall we? I think that's an important step in understanding what all this nonsense is about. All right, so 3 tactical talents. It's a normal spell, which is very interesting.
Normal spell. Thank God it's not quick play.
You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn, so that's good.
It is a hard ones per turn, so that's good. So,
if your opponent has activated a monster effect previously during your main phase this turn, so you don't even have to wait or anything, it's just once they do it, it's like, haha, it's like, activate one of these effects.
And that's the cost, too, by the way. Like, the cost is your opponent activating a monster effect previously in the main phase. So you can continually play for a couple minutes and then activate this card because you have met the cost.
You get to choose the timing.
It's really not like on resolution.
So,
already that's scary.
Activate one of these effects. Draw 2 cards. Take control of one monster your opponent controls until the end phase. Look at your opponent's hand, and if you do, shuffle a card into the deck.
Okay. So that being said, let's break these down one by one. So first off, your opponent literally just has to activate a monster effect on your turn. Hand traps, any build-a-board deck.
Pretty much any extra deck monster at this point in the game. Like
control decks even. Like, you play Toad. Toad is an interaction. Just right there, bam, negate. Oh, cool, I can resolve this card now. Like even other main
Ultimate Conductor?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, that's not a control deck, but like Altergeist, you just activate Multi-Faker in hand. That's a monster effect. In hand, bam, activate. Like, the activated effect. Exactly. It doesn't even have to be on field. It's just, if a monster effect is activated, that's awful. The lack of stipulation for that is really, really scary right then and there. Like,
it pretty much shuts off pretty much the entire board.
Yeah.
Like, your opponent could obviously still activate. It doesn't negate anything. So like, Ash will still go through, the things will still go through, but like, say like, I don't know, like it's
awful. It feels really bad.
It feels bad.
So that being said, just an activated monster effect. It doesn't even say that it has to resolve, none of that stuff. Just an activated monster effect during the main phase. And then you get to draw 2 cards. We all know what that is.
So basically, preface. This card is based off of 3 of the most popular banned cards ever that are on the ban list and are still on the ban list. So they literally were like, let's take 3 banned cards that everyone knows and loves and just put them on one card and make it legal.
We're just gonna give it back. We're gonna give all these cards back, which is just like
it's literally, for those of you who do not know, it is Pot of Greed. It is Change of Heart, and it is the Forceful Sentry. I think I said those out of... No, I said those in order. Those are correct. So, yeah.
So, draw 2 cards. Everyone knows that card economy in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is literally probably one of the best ways to win the game. If you have more ways to out-resource your opponent, it's just easier to win because you have more things and more interactions than they do, and you can just generate more advantage. So drawing 2 cards, this is insane. And this is Pot of Greed that you can play in your deck at 3. And it punishes your opponent for activating effects too. And then the second effect, wording, is so crucial for this. It's take control of 1 monster your opponent controls until the end phase.
Yeah.
Take control.
It doesn't target.
It's not target.
Like mind control. Mind control. So mind control, which mind you is literally just limited to 1, which targets. It just targets. This doesn't target. Is not limited in any regard. And it's just just take it. Just put your hands on the board, just rip it out. No, gross.
1 card.
Get your hands off my cards.
1 monster your opponent controls. It doesn't have to be face up. It doesn't have to be in attack position.
No, it
doesn't have to be in the main monster zone.
It could be Dragoon.
Anywhere. Anywhere. That is so scary. And I think the scariest effect of all is the last one. Because this card says, look at your opponent's hand, and if you do, shuffle 1 card into the deck.
What freaks me out is the power that this card gives you. It gives you the power of the deck, it gives you the power of the board, and it gives you the power of the hand. It gives you power in each respective area, minus the graveyard. It's absolutely crazy.
This card offers you hand knowledge. That I would argue for me as
and then you rip one out.
Yeah. You get to see exactly what your opponent is playing, and you also get to rip things out of their hand that could be a problem for you as you try to progress through your turn. This card
I would just
to
point out, let's talk about the last ban list. So 3 cards that were just either limited, banned, or whatever. Trish rips the cards out of hands. It's just limited. Mind Control was just limited, targets and takes a monster. TG Hyper Librarian draws you a card.
Yeah.
Just got what? Banned or limited? Limited? Isn't that kind of weird, y'all?
Yeah.
Kind of weird. And then this card comes out that does those things, and it's go for it. It's just find it very weird. Kind of fishy.
Once again, this card is really, really strong. Don't get me wrong. I think this is going to be a staple 3 of in almost every single deck, just because of the sheer,
deck at least.
The sheer advantage that this gives you.
But
this gives a buff to going second decks because you literally let your opponent play.
Before, be
go for it, and you gain this is what you go 6 cards. You try to bait 1 negate. Your opponent activates their negate, and then you activate this, and you go +2. Wow. This card is so strong.
However, with that being said, this is just a normal spell. So obviously, you use it on your turn, not any other time. You use it on your turn, and it is susceptible to obviously being negated.
Yes.
It's just a spell. So
Thank God.
Borrowed Savage. A lot of things.
FA
Dragster.
Negate the activations. You can judgment this. Yeah, you can dark prime this, whatever. But still. I think this I'm not saying this is going to be a meta-changing card, but this is definitely going to change the way that people play the game and the way that I think people deck build. For me personally, on release of this card, I'm going to set up different boards. I'm going to play in and on and around my opponent's turn completely differently, knowing that this card exists in the game.
Or it's hard because a lot of boards already set up Spell Trap Negate anyway, Omni Negates, so it's not a huge fear because if you
But you have to now choose what you want to negate.
True, but this isn't an issue for Pen. This isn't an issue for Dragon. This isn't an issue for a lot of decks that set up this kind of board.
I guess
it depends on the deck, obviously, but it's not. I guess its power is very limited in the sense that it's very easy to stop if you can stop it immediately. If it resolves, it's crazy.
It is a hard once per turn, which is really good. But once again, so if I'm not mistaken, if you negate the activation of the card and you have a second one, pop the second one right down on the field too. This card is going to be really, really good. And this is definitely, as I said, this is the next Lightning Storm. I wonder if this is a trend, and maybe that's another topic that we kind of try to talk about in these videos, is the last card that we got like this was Lightning Storm. And Lightning Storm is literally Raigeki or Harpy's Feather Duster, which is a card that everyone has been begging to have off the ban list. It's interesting that they keep making these cards.
They're we're not going to take them off the ban list, but let's just throw them all on one card and just be
They're
New
literally
card.
like re-releasing
Yeah.
banned cards.
It's
So,
it's so like
very
clear,
interesting.
like it's so obvious that that's what this is, and everyone. It's funny. I've been looking online today, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I can smell Max C coming off the
Yeah.
ban list." Now,
All
question:
about that.
do you think it will come off the ban list, or do you think they'll just release some other whack card that is just like Max C?
That is true. This card is
Because
really strong.
Konami seems to be playing the game right now, quite literally, no pun intended. But they're planning stuff.
I do think it's interesting too. Like it's almost exactly the same flavor text, right? So
It
this
is,
is like
it is.
draw 2 cards, pot of greed over here, draw
Draw
2
2
cards
cards.
from your deck. And then once again, this is take control of one monster your opponent controls until the
Mm-hmm.
end phase. I think this is the new errata, which is target one
Target,
monster your
so,
opponent
like-
controls. Take control of it until the end phase.
So it's actually more broken
it's
than change
more
apart.
busted. And then this is, I'm pretty sure, word for word
Yeah.
the
Look
same.
at your opponent's hand, then select one card, yeah, and then shuffle it back and back.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. That's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah. Is this gonna be a secret rare? Dude.
I would
I'm
imagine.
assuming it's gonna be a
Oh,
secret
oops,
based on the
wrong deck.
power.
I would imagine that this card is going to be not only a secret rare, but is Rise of the Jewel? That's not a core set, is it?
No.
So it won't be the Starlight rare, but if this is after the installment of the like Platinum rares, or the
Starlight.
no, not the new rare, the Collector's rare.
Oh,
that's
it's
what it's
like
called.
what?
If this is after the release of Collector's rare, I can guarantee that this will be a Collector's rare $400 card,
I can't
hands
remember
down.
when this comes out. It doesn't say from the second.
It doesn't, not on this.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. We'll look it up and we'll put it on the screen for when this card comes out. But yeah,
This card's
this
nuts.
this card is really, really good.
People are so polarized by this. They're either like, "Whoa, this card's amazing," or people are like, "Absolutely not.
Yeah.
This card needs
People
to
are
go
already
now
calling for
before
this
it's-"
card to be banned, and it's not
Well,
even released
it's
yet.
understandable because of just reading the card. Like I woke up this morning and I read the card and I'm like,
Oh my god.
"What?" I'm like,
I'll be honest, when I first read this
That was
card,
fake.
yeah,
"How is
exactly.
it?" Everyone was like, "This is fake." And it's
Yeah.
like, "No, it's not."
We have a
It's
group
totally
chat,
real.
we have like a Facebook group chat, and then like a bunch of our like local friends are in.
In our Discord chat.
Yep,
If you're not
also.
on our Discord, we chatted about that this morning.
But it was put up, and it wasn't like the actual English translation. It literally just looks like someone almost photoshopped their own text on it. I was like, oh, this is clearly
No,
fake.
it's Alan. It's the guy who does the DeviantArt.
No, the one that I saw, the original one I saw looked like a second grader photoshopped it. And I was like, oh, this only looks fake. And like I read it, I was like, oh, there's no way this is real. And then I saw the real one. I'm like,
Good
oh
old
my
Alan
god.
McTavish, we see you doing God's work here. Thank you.
Thank you, my man.
Providing translations for us all.
Yeah, this card is insane. This card. So let us know in the comment section where you lie, because as we said, I don't feel like there's a middle ground with this. I feel like it's either this card is absolutely broken, or this card is this
But
card
then-
it's broken regardless. But it's either like I'm gonna abuse the life out of this card, it's
But-
gonna be great,
but-
or it's terrible.
But I think it depends on also the game state, like the state of the game. Like depending on like the state of the world and just the state of like locals and regionals. Do they have they
Yeah.
don't have regionals? But rip. But like depending on the state of like the actual game and the player base and like what's actually happening at that time, this card will either be absolutely insane like everyone says it is, or it won't be that good. It really like I don't know. Like I
I think
card,
regardless, this card will be fantastic.
yes.
Regardless, I don't care what like any card that says draw is a really good card. Any card that says rip a card out of your opponent's hand is always gonna be good. And then any card that just like takes a problem off your opponent's field for free, not targeting, is gonna be good. Like no matter what the format is. I think the format is gonna determine how we play around this card. I don't think this card will define the format. I think the format will define how we play around this card.
Yeah, but if there's no format.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but when there is a format, I think that this card is going to be a great.
And then what? So when's the next ban list? June?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they put on the next ban list, like how.
Or what they take off, Maxie.
Yeah. So it'll be. I think that's gonna tell us a lot too, because this card obviously doesn't come out until probably midsummer. I'm
For sure.
assuming. So what they preemptively do before this card comes out, they're already preemptively hitting the cards that are like clearly nudging towards this kind of effect. So it'll be interesting to see what else they do, because that'll. Savage for no reason. Just be like, oh, you want to set an Omni Gate? No.
Nah.
This card gets to play.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
it's interesting. I want to know who was like, you know what, let's put 3 banned cards on one card and just let people
I
lose
think,
it.
I think for me, that's like the most shocking thing. Is not it like Lightning Storm was good because it was Harpy's Feather Duster or Raigeki. We already have Raigeki, so like it is what it is.
It's one that I get.
Yeah, it allows you to play 4 Raigeki in your deck if you really want to now. But like
For
to-
Raideki.
Yeah, but to play 3 Harpy's Feather Duster is a really strong card. But this is 3 of any of these cards that you want. And like I think what's really interesting and what's like really busted about this card is you could draw 2 cards on your first turn, and then your second turn, if you have another one, clear a monster off your opponent's field, and then mid to late game, you can literally just look at your opponent's hand and start ripping cards out. Like, this is utility. That's why this card is so good, because it can get you whatever you need wherever you are in the game state, and this card is so strong. Like, I'm stoked for it, but I'm really scared too. Like, I think I'm scared because it's this and Dragoon. Like, now we have to deck build around 2 problematic degenerate cards, so it'll be fun.
I have so many mixed feelings about this card. I don't know
this is once again, this is our this is just our first reading, so like give us a couple days to like sit with it, think about it, talk to friends about it, but like that's what we like making these videos for. So let us know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this card? Do you think this card, like not in a vacuum too, like do you think this card is going to be a problem all around, or do you think that this card is really fair and really balanced?
Because it is a 3 for everybody. Everyone has access to it and everyone can play it, so it's not like, I don't know.
It's, yeah, I mean, like, it's fair because everyone had, like, it's not like when Pot of Extravagance came out, I was like, oh, this is a really cool draw 2 card for rogue decks that don't need their extra deck. This is literally draw 2 for anybody, because as I said, like, I feel like we had this conversation earlier on our hype, but a lot of, like, combo cards that, or a lot of cards that have come out have been, like, combo punishing, right? Like, Mystic Mine, Monster Negate, Nibiru just gets rid of, they basically all just put combo decks in check. And then this is a really powerful and really strong card because it attempts to do the same thing, like, because build your boards, but this is also, like, as we said before, control decks, like, Frogs, gone. Guru, still applies. Altergeist, still applies. Like, all the really popular control, like, even Eldritch activates monster effects on your opponent's turn. So this card is insane, because, like, this literally just covers everything across the gambit. It's
do you
nuts.
think it, like, I don't know, I guess that's I don't really know how to answer my question, but like, do you think it will slow the game down? Do you think that's what they're trying to do? Like, by having you punish your opponent for activating stuff on your turn? Not that it'll be successful, but do you think that's what they're attempting to do?
Yeah, right here, right now, my honest answer is I think that might be the intention, but if I know the TCG is just going to find a way to break this card and completely bypass
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Because we're so good at that. Like, we're so good at, like, oh, Nibiru, cool. Here's my 7th summon. You gonna hit it yet? Okay, cool. I just got rocked. Awesome. Now that I know that, I'm just gonna continue to play for free and make my actual board. Like, players in the TCG are so smart. So shout out to every single one of you guys out there breaking decks. This card is definitely for you guys. Love y'all. Let us know once again in the comment section down below. What do you think? Do you think this card is awesome, or do you think this card is awful? We would love to know your opinions. We'd love to have you guys be part of the discussion.
Yeah. It's like, nice. Yeah, let us know your thoughts below. And of course, don't just be like, oh, I hate this card. This card sucks. Give me a reason. Why?
Yeah, let us know.
Why is it not healthy for the game, or why is it healthy for the game? We're not saying it's either. We literally just read the card and we're still trying to absorb it. We're just trying to start this discussion.
And that being said, again, it's a discussion. This is an argument. This isn't you're right, I'm wrong, somebody else is right, somebody else in the comments is wrong.
Like the family dinner table.
This is a discussion. We'll have to see how this card plays out. I'm really interested to see it. I think that this card is really, really powerful.
I think Konami is making a lot of very bold choices, and I support these bold choices. I don't know how it's gonna work, and I certainly am no expert, but I'm interested to see what happens this year in Yu-Gi-Oh! I just want my bedazzled boy in Eternity Code. I don't really care about anything else.
Oh, Jewel Beast?
Yeah.
He's super cute. Yeah, we can't wait for him. We can't wait for Eternity Code. So that's it for today's video, guys. But thank you so much for being here. Make sure you guys go down in the description box, check out the Instagram.
It's like 77 links down there.
The Discord, the Patreon, join all of it. Join the Crush Cards family. Subscribe to the channel.
Go to the Discord.
There it is. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, were you gonna say you matter? Because that's my thing.
No, I was gonna say join the family and get in on all of our cool conversations. But...
Oh, cool. And we have a brand new series coming Wednesday this week. God. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I just thought of it today, and we're gonna do it on Wednesday. So it'll be up, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and no one's done it yet. So, well, I mean, other people have done it, but it's not for like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So it's gonna be fun.
Just come back Wednesday. We'll see you Wednesday.
Come back Wednesday.
Yeah, and we will continue our top 10 series again this week. We love you guys. We will see you in the next video.
And I love you. And don't forget that you matter. And I hope you have a wonderful Monday. And we'll be on the Discord.
Yeah, great week.
Mwah.
Wash your hands. Stay safe, y'all. See ya.
Bye. Bye, Tabs.